What's the biggest secret a family member had been hiding? I've started to suspect my grandpa isn't really blind. Grandpa Sal had been blind for 13 years when I saw him catch the falling glass. Not fumble for it, not lucky grab it. Caught it clean out of the air like a shortstop, set it back on the table, and kept talking about baseball like nothing happened. Mom didn't see. She was at the stove, complaining about her sister borrowing money again. But I saw, and Grandpa knew I saw. He kept his milky eyes pointed at nothing, hand back on his white cane, voice never changing. But his jaw tightened. Just for a second. I was 15, home for Sunday dinner like every week. Grandpa had moved in after the accident that took his sight. Chemical explosion at the plant where he'd worked 30 years. Early retirement. Tragic story that made the local news. Jackie, grab me a beer? He asked, same as always. Feeling for his cane, tapping toward his chair. I handed him the bottle and watched. Really watched. He found the mouth too easy. No feeling for it, no careful positioning. Just twist and drink like he could see it fine. What? He aimed those clouded eyes at me. Perfectly. Right at my face. Nothing. But it wasn't nothing. I started cataloging things. How he never bumped furniture, even when Mom rearranged. How he always knew which grandkid was which before we spoke. How dust never collected on his TV screen, even though blind people don't watch TV. You're imagining things, my friend Chloe said when I told her. People adapt. My aunt's been blind since birth and she moves around like, since birth is different. You learn. Grandpa went blind at 62, so he learned later. But she hadn't seen him catch that glass. I started testing him. Subtle stuff. Moving his coffee mug while he was in the bathroom. He reached for exactly where I'd put it, leaving photo albums open to specific pages. He'd close them, but sometimes comment on the pictures first. That was a good Christmas. About a photo from 20 years ago. How'd you know which Christmas? Smelled like pine. Your grandmother always went overboard with the tree. Reasonable explanation. Always a reasonable explanation. Then I found the pills. I wasn't snooping. Mom asked me to get his heart medication from his dresser, but there were 2 prescription bottles. Heart pills and something else. Pilocarpine drops. I looked it up. Glaucoma medication. But specifically for people who can see. Useless for blind people. Harmful even. Why does Grandpa have eye drops? I asked Mom. Hope, probably. Some people can't accept their condition. Doctor probably humors him. But doctors don't prescribe medication to humor people. I watched him more carefully. Caught him reading mail when he thought he was alone. Lips moving, following lines. Saw him step over the cat in the dark hallway. Noticed how he turned his head to follow conversations, even when people moved around. 3 months of this. 3 months of evidence. But why? Why pretend? The answer came during another Sunday dinner. My Uncle Tony was bragging about some investment opportunity, getting louder with each beer. Grandpa sat silent, those fake blind eyes steady. You could get in on this, Pop, Tony slurred. That settlement money's just sitting there. My money's fine where it is. Come on, you can't take it with you. What's a blind man need with? Grandpa's hand tightened on his cane, and I understood. The settlement, the massive payout from the chemical company, the early retirement package. All of it depended on permanent disability, on staying blind. But that wasn't what made me sure. What made me sure was the photo I found in the basement. Recent. Grandpa at what looked like a train station. No cane, no glasses, looking directly at the camera, reading a departure board in the background. I confronted him that night, waited until everyone left, then put the photo on the table. You don't understand. The settlement wasn't just money. It was an admission of guilt. They poisoned half my shift, killed 3 men, gave dozens cancer, but they only paid because I went blind. Documented injury. Undeniable. So you are blind? He looked at me. Really looked. Clear eyes, focused, seeing. I was. For 6 months. Whatever they dumped on us, it ate through everything. Corneas, retinas, all of it. Doctor said it was permanent. But I started seeing shadows, then shapes, then everything. Came back gradual, over 2 years. By then, I'd already testified, already took the money, already became the poster child for their victims. You could have told them and lost everything, given them an excuse to say none of us were really hurt. Let them walk away from what they did? He shook his head. My vision came back. Jake's lungs didn't. Cooper's kidneys didn't. Their families eat because my eyes stayed blind. I sat with that, the weight of it.